Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, these three people you see up here looking crazy in their mugshots have just been arrested on serious charges after being in a high-speed pursuit out there in Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out Memphis. Past few days, well, a few days ago, I think it was Thursday, when a suspicious car that one of them was driving, which is basically the guy with the bandage on his head, the driver, refused to pull over from police after being spotted near the balloon release of fallen rapper from Memphis, Fast Cash CMoney. And these guys led police on a high-speed chase all throughout the city before being caught later on. And if that's not bad enough, supposedly they tried to hit officers with the vehicle, and on top of that, they were found with a cache of drugs and guns. Now here you got a balloon release celebrating the life and the tragic loss of somebody that died of gun violence earlier the week before, and you have people that are close by this situation, to the situation, like, you know, the balloon release, I mean, with guns, drugs, and all type of stuff on them. This is absolutely crazy. Take a look at this story. We'll come back with commentary.
Led MPD officers from one end of the city to the other Friday evening. Thank you so much for joining us on Action News 5 at 10. I'm Kelly Cook. The driver and two passengers face a number of charges after allegedly hitting officers with their vehicle and attempting to hit more during the chase. Action News 5's Garner Montgomery is live in studio with the suspects that led officers from Raleigh to Whitehaven. Garner?
Now, this chase actually started near the Austin Peay police station over there in Raleigh, where a candlelight vigil was being held at that time to honor the late Memphis rapper Fast Cash CMoney. That's when officers at the scene saw a suspicious vehicle. Friday evening, friends and family of Courtney Smith gathered together at Raleigh Springs. Smith, who made music under the rap name Fast Cash CMoney, was killed after a shootout in a Fraser neighborhood this past weekend. Memphis police officers were seen patrolling at the vigil. An MPD spokesperson says they were there to keep the peace.
Officers were at the balloon release to protect the safety of everyone there. Their presence helped prevent further danger at a crowded community event.
Police say a suspicious vehicle was spotted with three masked men near the event. Police say the driver would not cooperate after patrol officers attempted to stop the car.
Two passengers bailed out and were caught after a short foot pursuit. The driver sped off, tried to hit several officers, and continued southbound.
The suspect led police for roughly 20 miles, starting at Raleigh Springs in North Memphis and ending in a crash on East Holmes Road near the Mississippi border. MPD says no officers were injured in the pursuit, but two bystanders were unfortunately involved in the crash.
Two people in the civilian vehicle were taken to the hospital in non-critical condition.
The suspect behind the wheel was detained and taken to the hospital to treat his injuries and await charges. The two suspects who fled on foot, Deidrick Walton and Khalid New, faced multiple charges after several illegal weapons were recovered in the car. Walton and New now have 19 charges each following the pursuit, including assault on a responder, invading on foot, and more than a dozen weapons possession charges. And we just learned moments ago that the third suspect, Tyrone Perkins, has his charges released. We have those right now on Action News 5 to have the latest update on this story that just came moments ago. I did talk with a family member of the slain rapper who was being remembered last night. They did decline to comment on this pursuit, but they say they are still mourning the loss of Fast Cash CMoney. Reporting live in studio, Garner Montgomery, Action News 5.
All right, guys, you got a bunch of mayhem at a damn balloon release. Think about that. And check this out. It says police said they were this is the article. Police say they were providing support and security during the balloon release for local rapper Fast Cash CMoney at the Raleigh Springs Skate Park. MPD reported at 7:39 p.m. a silver Nissan Altima with three masked men, they were masked, inside, smelling of marijuana, past the officers and tried to enter a closed off portion of the parking lot. So basically, these people came up there with masks on their face, car smelling of weed, and tried to pass by the officers and go into a portion of the parking lot. The officers approached the vehicle. The sedan reversed at a high rate of speed and attempted to hit 2 officers. MPD says the driver then turned around in the parking lot, drove backwards towards the front of the area where the officers were standing. One officer dodged the car while a lieutenant standing nearby was hit and left with scratches and bruising on his left arm. So they hit one of the police lieutenants with the car, backing up, trying to leave. The suspects then drove away, speeding through the vigil when 2 passengers inside exited the vehicle and tried to run away, which they caught after a short foot chase. So now you got this car going from one side of the city to the other with one man driving, the guy with the bruise on his head. The driver continued down Austin P. Avenue as MPD pursued them in a car chase. Tyrone Perkins was identified as the driver, and he was struck by an MPD lieutenant. MPD said the driver attempted to escape the police before crashing on homes in Swinia. Inside the car, officers recovered 6 firearms, 111.5 grams of weed. 2 of the firearms were equipped with a machine gun switch, a device that converts a handgun into a fully automatic weapon. So they had 2 Glock switches. Walton, 28, and New, 27, the other 2 people that got out the car and were caught on foot, both charged with the following: 3 counts of assault against a responder, evading arrest on foot, 6 counts of a convicted felon in possession of a firearm, 6 count of possession of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony, 2 counts of possession of a prohibited weapon, a machine gun, 1 count possession of a controlled substance. Perkins was identified as the 3rd suspect. Saturday evening was taken to the hospital in non-critical condition after the crash. Now look at, these are his charges, the driver, the one with the bandage on his head. Perkins, 29, was charged with the following: assault against a law enforcement officer, failure to exercise due care, 2 counts of evading arrest, 6 counts of a convicted felon in possession of a firearm, 6 counts of possession of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony, 2 counts of possession of a prohibited weapon, a machine gun, possession of a controlled substance. Now, those are the charges, right? Now, looking at the charges that are up here, they got basically the same charges, except for this guy, the driver, got failure to exercise due care, meaning he didn't pull over when they told him to, and assault against a law enforcement from hitting him with the car. So he got more charges. I want you to look at their ages. 29 is the driver, and the 2 people in the car are 28 and 27. When you were 29, 28, and 27, most of you that are out here that got common sense and was raised right, what was you doing? Trying to make a way for yourself and just living your life, and you had responsibilities and all this other stuff. How do you get to this age and you're not where you should be as a man? And I mean, everybody's situation is different. But I told you before, misery loves company. And there are people out here that revel in the destruction and dangerous lifestyle that they have. How stupid are you? You got on masks at a balloon release, swarming with police, cars smelling like weed, drugs and guns in a bag, right? And you just riding around like nothing gonna happen to you, or it's not gonna raise suspicion. You got a 29-year-old man with no sense, 28-year-old man with no sense, 27-year-old man with no sense. All of them in line with the goofy shit, and nobody's saying, yo, don't put the mask on, don't smoke the weed, there's cops out here, they're gonna smell it. Now, looking at the picture that they have up there, right? They had a book bag. Inside the book bag, 2 Glock switches. Right? They got like an AR style weapon with a 4-inch barrel, long extended clips for both the handguns and the long gun. They got caught with rolling papers. I'm just looking at the stuff that's on the trunk. I can see the picture. How stupid can you be? Why were they masked up? Make you think. Was they expecting a hit, or they expecting to do a hit on somebody, catch somebody out there? It's crazy. This is a celebration of the achievements of somebody or the loss of somebody, to where people wanted to show appreciation. And here you got knuckleheads out there. The main cause of destructive behavior out there in full garb and full weaponry, just parading around, smelling like weed, smoking weed, just reckless abandon, ready to get caught. How can you feel sorry when something happened to people that are like this? I'm more than sure at 29, 28, and 27, some of these people probably have kids. These are fathers, most likely. And out there running the street with no common sense and not caring. Because the street is the street and the game is the game. And some people always striving to be the MVP, no matter how stupid or dangerous it is for them or anybody else around them. It's just sad, man. Somebody died last week viciously. I did that story. Machine gun. It sounded like a war going on. And a beloved rapper to some people out there in Memphis lost his life. And here you got people not even learning from it. I'm done with it. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Some people can't see their nose right in front of their face. So how can you feel sorry for them when things either happen to them or they get caught up doing something that they shouldn't, especially at 28, 29, 27 years old? I'll see you in the next video. Take care.